Hey, welcome everybody. Here we are in Game 5 of the 1964 World Series in the Bronx, New York. It's the St. Louis Cardinals against the New York Yankees. On the mound for the Cardinals is going to be the ace, Bob Gibson. He won 19 games and with an ERA of 3.01. And he's going to be facing the rookie Mel Stottlemyre, who won 9 games with an ERA of 2.06. This is a rematch of game 2 at Busch Stadium, and that game went to St. Louis by a score of 3-2. Stottlemyre took the loss and Bob Gibson took the win. So we're right about to get started. It's going to be Mel Stottlemyre facing Curt Flood. Here's the pitch, and it's 2-10, and that's a ball that's stroked into the alley, and around first is Flood, slides into second underneath the tag, and it's a double for Flood, a leadoff double. It's be Lou Brock now. Here's the pitch to Brock. It's a 1-5. A 1-5 is a fly ball, right field, and that's Mantle. Makes the catch, gets it in quickly, holds Flood at second base. That's a 4-4. That's going to be off Stottlemyre's card, and that's a fly ball center field. Maris is there for the second out. And Ken Boyer. Here's the pitch to Ken Boyer. It's a 2-10. A 2-10. That ball is lined, base hit. And Curt Flood is going to try to score, and he's going to be, here's the throw, and he is out at home for the third out. So it's a single, and Flood fails to score. Beautiful relay by the Yanks, and that's the end of half an inning of play. The Cardinals failed to score, and now the Yanks are coming to bat. This will be Linz against Bob Gibson. It's a 1-7. It's a ground ball right at the shortstop. Grote over to first, one away. Bobby Richardson now. And that's lined, and that ball is going to roll all the way to the wall. Robbie Richardson hustling around second. He's going to go into third. Here's the throw, and he's safe with a triple, a one-out triple by Richardson. He's on at third now with one out, and it's Roger Maris. Infield's back. They're willing to concede that run for an out. It's 2-11. 2-11 is a swing and a miss, strike 3 for the second out. And now it's going to be Mickey Mantle with Richardson at third. Here's the pitch to Mantle. It's a 2-4. A 2-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout and third out of the inning, and the Yanks strand one. At the end of one inning of play, it's 0-0. It's going to be Grote. Here's the pitch from Stottlemyre. It's a 3-7. A 3-7 is ball hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Grote on with a single. Third hit given up by Stottlemyre. Tim McCarver now. He batted .288. He's going to swing away. 5-10. And that ball is hit at the shortstop, Linz. And Linz is a 3, and we rolled a 17. And that's going to be a ball that he flips to second, back to first, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice. One out, and McCarver's on at first. Shannon, one away. And it's a 5-7, a 5-7. It's a fly ball lifted to left. Tresh, 2 away. It's going to be Maxville, the second baseman. Maxville didn't really play much. He had 26 at-bats in 1964, but he played during this series, so his card is included in this set. And it's 4-11. And it's a ball, a comebacker, right to Stottlemyre. He feels his position for the third out. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Yanks leave one, failed to score. And it's going to be Howard Pepitone in trash against Bob Gibson. Here's going to be the pitch to Elston Howard. 6-9, and that's a strikeout. Third strikeout for Gibson. 1 away. Pepitone next. And it's a 6-10, and a 6-10 is a ground ball to the third baseman, Boyer. See if he can handle it. Most likely he can. We rolled a 17, and he does. Rifles it across the diamond for the second out. So Tom Tresh now. 2 outs, nobody on, and it's 4-7, 4-7. That ball's hit up the middle, and the shortstop gets to it, Grote. 15, and he bobbles it, and everybody's safe. So Tresh on a shortstop error, an error by Grote. A ball he got to, and then bobbled it. And it's going to be Cleve Boyer. 2 outs. Tresh is on at first. And it's a 4-9 off Gibson's card, and that's ball 4. First and second, it's going to be Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre is a pretty good hitting pitcher. He's a 3, pitcher hitting card 3. And there it is. There's a bunch of hits here at the bottom of column 1. And we roll a 6, a 6-8. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Gibson. And that's the end of the second inning. No score here. It's going to the top of the third. And in the top of the third, it's going to be Gibson leading off. Gibson's a 2 hitting pitcher, number 2. And here's the pitch from Stottlemyre. It's off Stottlemyre's card, a 5-5. That's a ball hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Bob Gibson is on with a single. Flood is going to bunt. He's squaring away. And that's a 4. That's going to be a successful bunt. And it is. 1 away. Gibson's on at second. Oh, wait. Don't want to do that. All right. Lou Brock now with Gibson at second. Here's the pitch. It's 4-10 from Stottlemyre. It's a catcher's card. Now, this is a very interesting situation. There was a conversation in the forums recently about this. So Howard is a 1 catcher. Howard is a 1 catcher. Let's see what it says here on an 11. A 1 catcher on 11, it's going to be a foul out. Okay. 2 away now. It's going to be White. Bill White, who batted .303 with 37 doubles, 4 triples, and 21 home runs. It's going to be off White's card, a 1-12, and that's popped up to the right side. Second baseman Richardson is there and makes the catch. And the Cards lead 1, and at the end of 2.5, no score. We go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be the top of the order. Linz, Richardson, and Maris against Bob Gibson. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. No walks and no strikeouts. Okay. Here's the pitch to Linz. It's a 2-3, and that's a walk, ball 4. Linz is on at first. And Richardson batted .267 with 25 doubles, 4 triples, and 4 home runs, and he's going to bunt. And that's going to be a 7. That's going to be a successful sacrifice. 1 away now. Over to second goes Linz. And it's going to be Roger Maris, who batted .281, 12 doubles, 2 triples, and 26 home runs. Here's the pitch. It's 1-7, and that ball is line base hit. And around third comes Linz, and the throw is nowhere, not in time. And it's an RBI single by Maris. And the Yanks lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. With Maris on at first is going to be Mickey Mantle. Here's the pitch from Gibson. It's a 5-3, and that's a fly ball lifted to left field. Brock is over there. He rolled a 5, and he gets to it for the second out. And it's going to be Howard now. Elston Howard, who batted .313. And it's off Howard's card as a 3-10. A 3-10 is a pop-up to the left side. Shortstop Grote calls for it for the third out. But the Yanks score 1 on 1 hit. And they lead it 1-0. After 3 innings of play, we go to the top of the fourth. In the top of the fourth, it's going to be Stottlemyre against Boyer, Grote, and McCarver. Here's the pitch to Boyer. It's a 3-11, and that's a walk, ball 4. And Grote, here's the pitch, and he's squaring away. And that's an 11. That's a batter pops out, and the first baseman is there. And Boyer gets back to first in time. 1 away now. And Tim McCarver. Here's the pitch to McCarver. It's 4-4. And that's a fly ball lifted to center. Maris squeezes it for the second out. And it's going to be Shannon, Mike Shannon. 2 out. Boyer on first. Here's the pitch to Shannon, 1-3, and it's a ground ball to the second baseman. Steps on the bag for the force. After a leadoff walk, Stottlemyre retires 3 consecutive batters, and we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, 1-0 New York. So Bob Gibson is going to pitch to Pepitone, Tresh, and Boyer. Here's the pitch from Gibson. It's a 2-5. A 2-5 is a ground ball right to the first baseman, White. Takes it unassisted, 1 away. Tresh now. Tommy Tresh batted .246. 25 doubles, 5 triples, and 16 home runs. That's a 3-11, and that's a ground ball, hard hit right at Grote. And he picks it up and over to first, 2 away. Cleve Boyer. And it's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. And White is a 1. We rolled an 8. And that's White handles it himself for the third out. 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Yanks. In the top of the fourth inning, we're going to have Maxwell, Gibson, and Flood against Mel Stottlemyre, the rookie. Here's the pitch. 6-6, and that ball is line base hit for Del Maxwell. He's on at first. And now it's going to be a sacrifice by the pitcher, and that's a 6, and that's a successful sacrifice. Batter's thrown out. Gives himself up, and over to second is Maxwell. Kurt Flood. Here's the pitch to Flood. And it's 3-4. And that ball is hit right at the third baseman, who looks Maxfield back to second, over to first for the second out. Nice play by Cleve Boyer. Lou Brock. 2 outs. And Maxfield takes his lead off second. And it's a 3-9. A 3-9 is a line drive base hit for Brock, but they're going to hold up Maxfield. And the runs on first and third now. And it's going to be Bill White. First and third, here's the pitch to Bill White. It's off White's card, a 2-10, and that's a ground ball hit right at the first baseman, Pepitone. And he flips to the pitcher covering, and that's the third out. So the Cards failed to score. They leave 2, and at the end of 4.5, it's Yanks 1 and Cards nothing. So it's going to be Bob Gibson facing Stottlemyre, Linz, and Richardson. Here's the pitch to Stottlemyre, who's a 3. Where is that? Here it is. It's a 1-4, and that's a ground ball back to the pitcher. And Gibson feels his position, 1 away. Phil Linz is 0 for 1. He walked and scored a run. Here's the pitch to Linz. It's a 5-3. A 5-3 is a fly ball lifted to left field. It's Brock in left, and that's a 2. And that's a ball that Brock is not going to make it to, and that's going to drop in. And hustling around first is going to be Linz, and he's in there at second base with a double. A ball that maybe Brock should have gotten to, but didn't. It's going to go as a hit, not an error. And it's going to be Richardson with 1 out, and Linz is on at second. Here's the pitch to Richardson. It's off Richardson's card, and that's hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Coming around to score is going to be Linz, and he does. RBI single. And the Yanks now lead it 2-0. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, and Richardson's out at first. It's going to be Roger Maris against Bob Gibson. Here's the pitch. 3-6. 3-6 is a ground ball right at the shortstop. He flips to second base, back to first. 6-4-3 double play. And the Cards are out of the inning, but the Yanks pick up 1 run on 2 hits. And they lead it 2-0 now at the end of 5. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Boyer, Grote, and McCarver against Mel Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre's given up 6 hits so far, but hasn't walked any. Actually, he's walked 1, excuse me. He's got 1 walk. We didn't write that down. And he's got no strikeouts. It's going to be Boyer. Here's the pitch to Boyer. 1-7. And that ball is lifted deep to right field. Back goes the right fielder, Mantle, to the track, to the fence. He looks up, and it's gone. Home run. Ken Boyer, making it a 2-1 game now. So Ken Boyer got into that one. And it's going to be Grote. He went the opposite field. It's going to be 6-4. It's a ground ball to the third baseman. Third baseman is a 1 who rolled a 2. And that's a ball that Boyer handles over to first, 1 away. Tim McCarver now. The pitch from Stottlemyre. 1-7. That's a ground ball again to Boyer. Over to first, 2 away. And Mike Shannon. Mike Shannon's 0 for 2. He flied out and hit into a force out. 6-8. And that's a lined caught by the third baseman Boyer. So the third baseman has a hand in all 3 outs. But the Cards pick up 1 run on the home run by Ken Boyer. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 2-1 now. In the Bob Gibson is going to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Maris, Mantle, and Howard for the Yanks. Here's the pitch to Mantle. Switch hitting Mantle, 1-6. It's off Mantle's card, and that's a ground ball hit right at Grote. Grote throws on the run, 1 away. Gets Mantle by a step. Mantle still has the speed in 64, but not the same way it was. He's in right field now, doesn't play center anymore. All right. 5-8. 5-8 is a strikeout. Gibson with his 5th strikeout of the game. 2nd out now in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's going to be Joe Pepitone. Pepitone is 0 for 2. He grounded to third and then grounded to the first baseman. That's a 5-10. A 5-10 is a catcher's card. And the catcher is a 3 in McCarver. We rolled an 8. And that's going to be a pass ball, but there's nobody on base. So it's a pop-up. Third out. So 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 2-1 New York Yanks. And leading off is going to be Dal Maxville. He's 1 for 2 on the day against Mel Stottlemyre. Here's the pitch to Maxville. It's 1-8, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout by Stottlemyre. 1 away. Bob Gibson, the batter. Gibson is a 2 hitter. Pitcher hitting card 2. That's a 3-9 off of the pitcher hitting card, and that's a ground ball to the first baseman. And that is Pepitone. Takes it himself. 2 away. And it's going to be Flood now. Kurt Flood. Kurt Flood with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. The Cards are down 2-1. They're down in the series 3-1 to the Yanks. So this could be adios for the Cards. It's going to be 6-8. And that ball is lined and caught by Boyer. Clete Boyer with a nice catch at third for the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 2-1 Yanks. Against Gibson, it's going to be Tresh, Boyer, and Stottlemyre. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-8 to Tresh, and that's a strikeout. Tom Tresh is 0 for 3 now. And that's the 6th strikeout for Gibson. Clete Boyer batted .218, 10 doubles, 5 triples, 8 home runs. Here's the pitch from Gibson. It's a swing and a miss, strike 3. 7th strikeout for Gibson. And it's going to be Stottlemyre. Pitcher hitting card 3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And it's 5-3. That's a fly ball lifted to left field, and that's Brock. 10. Brock is a 3, and that's a ball that Brock gets to for the 3rd out. We go to the top of the 8th now, and it's 2-1 Yanks. And in the top of the 8th against Mel Stottlemyre is going to be Lou Brock, Bill White, and Ken Boyer. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock, 3-12, and that's a walk. So Brock is on first. And Mel Stottlemyre is going to have to keep an eye on Brock, because he's always a threat to go. And Stottlemyre throws over. Throws over again. And now Brock has a pretty decent lead over there. And there goes Brock. And he's safe at second base. So Brock steals second with nobody out. In the top of the 8th inning, the Cards are down by 1 run. This will be Bill White now. Stottlemyre to White. Here's the pitch to White. And it's a 3-12, and that's a foul out to the catcher. That goes Howard near the screen. If there is a screen back in 64, I don't know if there's a screen, but he leans over into the crowd and makes a nice catch in foul territory for the first out. It's going to be Boyer now, and the Yanks are going to walk Boyer. They're going to put the go-ahead run on base. They're going to pitch to Grote. Here's the pitch to Grote. And it's a 4-10. A 4-10 is a catcher's card X. Catcher is Howard is a 1, so that should work out. A 1 of 14. That's a foul out again. Nice catch by Howard for the second out. Tying run is still at second base. And McCarver had a pretty good hitting season, batted .288, 19 doubles, 3 triples, and 9 home runs. And here's Mel Stottlemyre to Tim McCarver with 2 out, runners on first and second. And it's a 3 off McCarver, a 3-9. It's a ground ball to the first baseman, Pepitone, and he flips to the pitcher covering 3-1, and that's the third out. The Cards leave 2 here in the top of the 8th inning and score none. And at the end of 7.5, it's 2-1 Yanks. It's Bob Gibson still in there. And Bob Gibson is going to face the top of the Yank order, Linz, Richardson, and Maris. And here's the pitch to Linz from Gibson. It's a 1-9. A 1-9 is off Linz, and that's a ball that splits the outfielders, and it's going to roll to the wall. Hustling over to get it is Brock. Brock throws it in, and standing at second base is Linz with a stand-up double against Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson can't be happy about that pitch. Kind of left it over the plate a little bit too much, and Linz stroked it. So now it's going to be Richardson. Here's the pitch to Richardson, 3-7, 3-7. And that's a line drive base hit, and Linz is going to stop at third. Runners on first and third now. And we're going to have a new pitcher. The Cards are going to replace Gibson. With somebody named Gordon Richardson. Gordon Richardson is coming in, and it's going to be a double switch. Maxville is going to move to short, and it's going to be Javier, who's going to go to second, and Grote is going to be replaced, and Richardson's going to go to his spot. So the infield is going to have to be in at this point, because this is the elimination game for the Cards. So they have to make sure that the Yanks don't score any more runs. Runners on first and third now in the corners. It's going to be Gordon Richardson in the place of Bob Gibson. And we're going to get Javier in there and find him somewhere. Julian Javier. He is going to bat after Maxville. I don't know what Craig was still doing in that team. Okay. So it's going to be Richardson, Gordon Richardson, 1-4 with a 2.30 ERA in 47 innings. He's going to be pitching to Maris. Richardson is on at first, and Linz is on at third. Infield is going to be in for Maris. Yanks lead at 2-1 here in the bottom of the 8th, but they're threatening again with nobody out. and runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 5-3. It's a fly ball left field X. Left fielder is Brock. Brock is a 3, a 14, and that's going to be a 4, and that tells me the runners hold. So that's a ball that's not deep enough to score anyone. And Richardson got Maris to get under it a bit. And with one out now, runners on the corners. Mickey Mantle. And here's Mickey Richardson to Mickey Mantle. Here's the pitch. Infield is still in. 3-7. It's going to be off Mantle's card. And 7 is going to be lined in the gap. And that's going to go for at least a double. 1 run scores. Lins. And around third, let's see. That's a 7. And stopping at third is going to be Richardson. So it's second and third on the RBI double by Mickey Mantle. Comes through in the clutch. He was 0 for 3 up till that point. And the Yanks now lead it 3-1. And it's Elston Howard. And Elston Howard batted .313 with 27 doubles, 3 triples, and 15 home runs. The infield is in. Here's the pitch. Again, it's off Howard's card, a 2-10. And that ball is lifted deep to center field. Back goes the center fielder Flood to the track, to the fence. He looks up, and that's gone. A 3-run shot by Elston Howard gives the Yanks a 6-1 lead. And the crowd at Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx goes wild. That's probably the straw that broke the camel's back here in Game 5 of the 1964 World Series. Cardinals are in deep trouble at this point. Richardson's in there against Pepitone. Here's the pitch to Pepitone, 5-8. And that ball is lined in the gap, and that's going to roll all the way to the wall. Pepitone goes into second base with a stand-up double. There's only 1 out now. And Pepitone's on at second. It's going to be Tommy Tresh. Tommy Tresh is 0 for 3 on the day. And Gordon Richardson is having a tough time getting batters out. And that's a 6-9. And that ball is lined base hit. Stopping at third is going to be Pepitone. And that's going to be it for Richardson. And they're going to call on the Cardinals are going to call on the services of Roger Craig. Roger Craig. Okay, Roger Craig is going to face Boyer with runners on first and second, only 1 out. Here's the pitch to Boyer. It's going to be 4-9. 4-9 is going to be off Craig's card, and 9 is a fly ball center field. Hustling over Flood and makes the running catch for the second out. And it's going to be the pitcher spot now for the Yanks. And that's going to be Stottlemyre still in there. So Stottlemyre, who's a 3 pitcher hitting card, which is pretty decent, is going to bat. The lead is big enough for this to happen now, 6-1. And it's a 2-7. A 2-7 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Craig comes in and gets 2 outs. And that's the end of the inning. But the Yanks pick up 4 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits here in the bottom of the 8th, and they lead it now 6-2 1. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. It's Shannon, Maxville, and Javier. Stottlemyre still on the mound. He's trying to go the distance. Done an outstanding job so far. He's allowed 6 hits and 1 walk. Here's the pitch to Shannon. It's off Shannon's card, and that ball is stroked to center field. That's deep, and back goes the center fielder, Maris, to the track, to the fence. He looks up, and that's gone. Home run. Shannon. And the score is 6-2 now. And it's going to be Dal Maxville. Here's the pitch to Maxville, 2-3. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. Second baseman Richardson, 1 away. It's going to be Javier. And off Stottlemyre's card, that's a fly ball lifted to right. Hustling over there is Mantle, makes a nice running catch for the second out. The Yanks are 1 out away from winning the 1964 World Series. The crowd is on their feet. Let's get the crowd going here. It's going to be Julian Javier against Mel Stottlemyre. Mel Stottlemyre trying to go the complete game here in Game 5 of the 64 World Series. The Yanks are 1 out away from winning it all. We are rewriting history. The Yanks actually lost this World Series and didn't go back to the World Series until another 12 years, I believe, until 1976. Here's the pitch to Flood. Javier just flied out. Flood now is the batter. Curt Flood batted .311, 25 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs. Score is 6-2 Yanks. Top of the 9th. And it's a 1-2, and that's popped up to the left side, and that's going to be Clete Boyer calling for it in foul territory, and that's the ball game. The Yanks win it in 5 by a score of 6-2. And Mel Stottlemyre and Clete Boyer are both getting mobbed. And the crowd here in the Bronx is jubilant. The Yanks win the 1964 World Series. Very exciting World Series. Every game was close. The last time these two pitchers met, St. Louis won it 3-2. It's still one of the best World Series I've played in a long time. I think most games were decided by 1 run. This is the only game where there was a little bit more of a lead, and that didn't happen until the 8th inning. The game was at 2-1 throughout until the bottom of the 8th, when the Yanks broke it open. The big hit was the 3-run home run by Elston Howard. And the loss is going to go to Bob Gibson, and the win, the complete game victory, is going to go to the rookie sensation, Mel Stottlemyre. And Stottlemyre goes 9, gives up 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk. Actually, he's got 3 walks, excuse me. And strikes out but 1, but he does the job. Hangs in there, gives the Yanks 9 innings. And that's all she wrote for the 1964 World Series. Had this card out the whole time. Very cool set of Fleer World Series cards that on the back tell you the history. In his lone season as a Yankee pilot, their popular ex-catcher steered the club to its 5th flag in a row. He was released after the series, and his opposing manager, Johnny Keane, resigned and was signed by the Yanks. Whitey Ford, in his usual role of the series opener, was bombed and shelved with arm trouble for the series. After the set was even at a game apiece, Game 3 went to the last of the 9th at 1-1 when Mantle hit reliever Schultz's first pitch for a homer. A grand slammer won Game 4 for the Redbirds 4-3. Then they took the lead by winning the 5th game in 10, 5-2. Consecutive homers by Mantle and Maris, and a grand slam won the 6th, but the Cards won the 7th, 7-5. Mantle's 3 home runs gave him 18, the all-time series mark. Richardson hit 406, and his 13 hits set a new series high. That's what these cards tell you about. So they give you like a little history of the World Series, and it tells you who the standouts were and so forth. And that's it, guys. This is Combat Painter signing off for tonight. And we play Stratomatic Basic. Beautiful game, a lot of fun. Roll some dice and play some baseball. And I love it. Take care. Talk to you soon. I don't know what our next project will be, but we'll find out tomorrow. Bye now.